Hi from Ellerslie. I'm Mel, and our hope for today is from Paul's prayer for us in Ephesians chapter 3, just the first part of that prayer from verse 16. I pray that out of His glorious riches God may strengthen you with power through His Spirit in your inner being. I was thinking about that verse in light of our Not Be Shaken teaching this past Sunday from the life of David, whose strength, even in spite of incredible challenges, came from exactly that factor, God's Spirit in his inner being. Now let's think about that in light of the statement from Psalm 16 that we are seeing could well be the theme of his life. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I will never be shaken. Now, God's Holy Spirit was on David, in David. God did it. David did not cause it. But in order to experience the strength from God's Spirit in and from his inner being, David is saying that his job is to set him there in his mind every day. In other words, acknowledge it in his mind in spite of what he feels. He's in me, so I need to set him above me and see him there. And when I do that, says David, I will not be shaken. So what is it that often shakes us most and causes us to not be able to handle the challenges and disappointments of today? Isn't it often that our confidence is eroded by what we worry and fear will happen tomorrow? We roll the tape ahead before things happen, and it's the worst case scenario that grabs our mind and shakes us. Remember what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6? Therefore, do not worry. Do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Or as I still hear my mother proclaiming to her own heart in the old King James language, sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. God will not strengthen you today for tomorrow. It doesn't happen that way. God, by his Spirit in your inner being, strengthens you for today. In a commentary on the books of Samuel, Dale Ralph Davis refers to this idea of the dailiness of the strength from God's Spirit in the life of David. He shares a story from one of the older catechisms, which says, under the reign of paganism, a Christian woman, even though she was pregnant, was condemned to die for her profession of faith. The day before her execution, she went into labor, just naturally crying out in her pangs. The jailer took the opportunity to ridicule her. He said, if you make noise today, how will you endure a violent death tomorrow? She replied, today I suffer what is ordinary and have only ordinary assistance. Tomorrow I am to suffer what is more than ordinary and shall hope for more than ordinary assistance. No bravado, no, as Davis says, no idolatry about having strong faith. She simply knew her weakness, and precisely in that weakness, she expected more than ordinary assistance. I pray that out of his glorious riches, God will strengthen you by his Spirit in your inner being for today. And whatever you face today. God bless you.